is Leticia Perez-Garzoria, Brownsville.
Leticia, tell us a little bit about how you got injured.
That was at the second polling place at Cristo Rey Church on Southwell Street.
And what happened?
It was, I served there 2 days, on Thursday and Friday,
As
a poll watcher. On Thursday, the tone was very friendly, it was very nice, we were all friends, everything is all right. The second day, it was not all right. The tone changed completely. It was like they were upset. No, one was upset. The presiding judge was upset. And she called herself my friend, which she is distantly. But she started questioning things about Section 33.057, which was a curbside vote, and which was the one that I could inspect the ballot before it was actually placed in the ballot box. It caused a lot of confusion. We wanted to get it cleared out, even where I was here in Cameron County, and I conferred with Mr. Ortiz. I conferred with the state. Every step that I took, I conferred with the state before I did anything, and I clarified it. And I told them every step of the way what I was doing, and was it okay? Yes, it was okay. It was okay on Cristo Rey on the first day, but the second day she took out a book and she flipped it over and wanted to know 33.057. I said, we already discussed it when I came here the first time, and we already agreed to what it said and what it implied. But I don't see it. She was questioning and arguing with me. I said, you know what, let's call the state. Don't take my word for it. Let's go ahead and call the state. Let's see what the gentleman has to say. And he said, it's whatever it says in the word inspect, that word is non-specific. I said, can I bring it up to my face, look at the ballot and inspect it, look at it? He says, it's non-specific. However you want to interpret it, whatever you and the presiding judge agreed to, that's what we're going to go by. So she and I agreed to, the voter was going to bring the ballot up to my face so I could inspect the ballot. The problem is the ballot was filled out falsely.
what do you mean by falsely?
Falsely, because the very first words out of the voters, this elderly woman's voice was Yolanda Begum and Aaron Garcia. Who would you like to vote for? No response. And then Yolanda Begum and Aaron Garcia. The first words out of her mouth were Yolanda. Clearly you could hear Yolanda. I heard it. She happens to not have heard Yolanda. And then the lady went on to say, por la que ganó, por la que voté la última vez. The presiding judge's answer was, pues las dos ganaron, señora. ¿Cuál quiere? ¿Cuál quiere, señora? ¿Número uno o número dos? Número uno, and she kept badgering it. Número uno, número dos, and the lady was more than confused, like, what's going on? I said nothing, absolutely nothing. Then, no, she had, I'm sorry, before that, the presiding judge got there, she had assigned another clerk to come and take care of the lady. When they saw that she was confused, the presiding judge came along. When I questioned the ballot, and I said, let me see the ballot, I said, the voters' wishes were not transferred to the ballot. That's what? She was indignant. What are you saying? I said, the first words out of this lady's mouth were Yolanda. La ganadora, la que ganó, por la que voté la última vez.
Leticia, and how long have you been a poll watcher?
This is my first experience. Never before.
With all due respect, it seems that you guys might be Begum supporters. Are you guys trying to influence the campaign in any way, kind of by coming out today just before the runoff, tomorrow, to maybe sway one way or another?
I have no idea. I'm just here, ma'am. No comment.
Like I said, with all due respect, what would you like to see happen?
I would like to see people get an honest vote. And if they wish to vote for X, Y, and Z, let them vote for who they want to. But don't corral the, if my voice tells you I want Robert for Justice of the Peace, then I want Robert for Justice of the Peace. Oh, well, the other lady won, she also, no, I said Robert. Why can't they take that at face value? they confuse the voter. I heard it. She did not hear it. So she ostracized me from sitting where I was sitting. She said, I don't care if you are my friend. I don't want you here in this area. And I just looked like stunned. And I said, okay, fine. I picked up my purse and everything, and I went across the room. There was another poll watcher for Yolanda. I purposely sat across her. Never did I sit alongside with her, across her. So there would be no confabbing, okay? So what happened? What happened? We were waiting for lunch. There was a makeshift couch of a back seat of a car made into a makeshift couch. I sat, one poll watcher sat over here, I sat on the opposite end, and we were waiting for lunch, just cool and calmly waiting for lunch. Well, but I was writing on my notebook, all my notes, for that day, only for that day. And so I was writing on my notes, and she said, let me borrow your pen. I said, okay. And then I said, it's more important for me to finish my notes than it is for you to finish your letter. Let me have my pen back. She said, okay. So she got up suddenly, and the thing tilted over, the makeshift sofa tilted over, and I fell. And I'm already a chronic back patient, and spinal stenosis, and many other things going on. I couldn't get up. The voters had to get me up, and some of the people that were there with the elections. And when she was supposedly reporting, she had the audacity to ask, well, did anybody see her fall? And everybody answered in unison. Everybody, we all saw it, is what they said. So
And that's how you got
the
it.
rest is history, and it can be documented in the hospital. But I think that's unfair to treat voters, poll watchers, or whoever you are, because you want to not have Yolanda. The lady said Yolanda. Finally, after they brought her the second vote, finally, she knew she couldn't get away from it, so she finally had to say Aaron. Her first thing she said was Yolanda, la que ganó por la que voté la última vez. You can't get more specific than that. But the vote didn't reflect it. It said Aaron at the last because she felt harassed, harangued, and as she walked out, she told the third the third election worker, I feel like I am among enemies, in Spanish. Me siento como si estoy entre enemigos.
And during the curbside checks, you guys are allowed
To observe.
and you said inspect.
Stand shoulder to shoulder with that person and look that the
to see
vote.
that maybe the ballot
Yes.
is not pre-filled out and that they actually fill it out
Yes,
themselves.
actually, yeah. And then I can inspect the vote and then make a remark towards it. And I did, and it didn't go over well.
Was it documented with Mr. Ortiz?
I don't know. I went to the hospital. I have no idea. This is my first time out of my house.